Yo, so let's look at some ideal setups and how you can find them. Before we do that, look at this, y'all. I ended up betting my whole account just a minute ago on a Monday. You know what I'm saying? And end up getting it on this pair, right? Hopped in at the bottom here, rolled it up for about 7, 8 minutes, and got the trade. The setup was just too nice, right? But how can you be that confident? Now my account, right quick is at 5,200. It was at 2,800. So yeah, we going in. All right, but how can you be that confident in your trading, right? Setups like these, y'all. Like look at this whole setup here. Look at this section. Really this whole thing, but just look at these sections. What do they have in common, right? The bottom half empty for the most part, right? Bottom half empty. One thing I noticed about this pair, of course, all the candles are above the 200 means we're in an uptrend, right? That means the market is in an uptrend, okay? Then it just started following patterns, right? We crossed above the middle of the Keltner, came back, retested the middle of the Keltner, shot up. Small retest, shot up. Small retest, shot up. Small retest, shot up. Look how many buy opportunities. Small retest, back up. And it just kept doing it over and over and over again, guys. Right? The moment it started breaking through here, we wait. Wait till it cross right back above it. Hopping on the buy again. Wait till it pull back. Make sure it don't cross. It start going up. Hopping on the buy again. And just keep doing it. It just following the pattern all the way up. Right? And so when it does that, that's ideal setups. Right? This one, the one I got in, was ideal for me first because we already shot down through the middle. We broke structure, meaning it used to go up like right here at the middle, but it didn't. Came even and broke past this one. So I'm like, okay, let's leave that alone. Waited till it got outside the Keltner, got exhausted, hopped in for a long trade. And the reason why I was confident in hopping in on a longer trade is because we're still above the 200 moving average, y'all. We're still above it, meaning the candles is gonna go back up. You know what I'm saying? It's an uptrend. So they can only shoot so far out before they got to come on back. All right. So that was my whole spiel on that one. That's ideal setup. So when you see stuff like that, when the pattern, see this pattern ain't consistent right here. This Euro USD, it's just kind of all over the place. You know what I'm saying? It's not really consistent. This part was. Look at this. This part very consistent. Right? We always want to buy on the pullback. You had a couple buy opportunities on this one. First buy opportunity, look at this. Right here, of course, because of this stochastic. Boom. So if you wanted to get in early, that's that entry. If you wanted to wait till we crossed above this, you could have got in here. If you wanted to wait till you crossed above the 200 as well, you could have got in here for another minute. Waited on that pullback, retest, hop in again. Pull back, retest, hop in again. And it just keeps doing it. Ideal setups, y'all. You could do that all day. Literally. All day, every pair. And if it don't look like that, you can go on to the next pair until you find something that look like that. Like this one. Bingo. Bingo. What is this one about to do? It's gonna go back up, but it got two things it could do. It can come back, retest again, which would be a perfect entry, or it could just go up from here again, but eventually it's gonna drop somewhere. You know, it's gonna give you a candle or two and then go back up. Ideal setups. All right. So these are the kind of things that I look for when I'm in the markets. When you got setups like this, oh man, it's golden. It's golden, right? I mean, it's just beautiful. When this bottom half is empty or the top half is empty, oh yeah, game time. You know what I'm saying? We just follow the pattern at that point. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for consistent patterns like this. Empty, follow the pattern. Wait on the retest, sell off. Retest, sell off. Retest, sell off. And just keep doing it. And we below the 200 moving average. So, man, them setups all day. The ones you want to stay away from is choppiness like this. This get ugly right here. Now you can trade these based off, the zones. Now, when I tell you when it's a choppy market, you can either choose not to trade it at all, or you could trade it off the zones. Right? So you will have zones, marked up, of course, which I do recommend. So if you want to trade a market like this, you need your zones. Right? If you want to trade without the zones, look for these setups right here. Clear setups. When it start getting clear in here and it's just retesting going up, you want to look for those if you don't want to use zones. If you love the zones, then you trade those in the markets that's kind of all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Where you could just catch the bounces, the retest, boom, 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 like that. But other than that, you want to do it like this. This one is pretty consistent. What am I noticing? The market goes up, not all the way to the top of the Keltner, but halfway up and drops. Halfway up, drops. Halfway up, drops. Okay. So that's pretty consistent. You know what I'm saying? Pretty consistent. It's still on the uptrend low key until it passes this. It may decide to come down, reconnect, and then go up again, but some of those you can kind of wait on, but pretty consistent. This right here, again, same thing. I think this might have been the pair we was on earlier. But yeah, it's just beautiful what you can see in these markets if you keep doing it. If you keep trading, if you keep going. Let's go look at something else. This one's pretty consistent as well, right? It started getting real consistent. This is Chef JPY. We dropped below here. Gave a mean drop, a small pullback, mean drop, big pullback. Then it got a little choppy in here. So you might have got cooked a little bit in here because it'd have been a whole lot of in and out. But still rejected again, sold off, boom. Then it started coming through the middle. So at that point, I wait, see what it's gonna do. And then if you got zones up, of course you would already knew to get in there. And then you just follow the pattern. But right now the pattern's still the same. Step ladder all the way down. Look at the step ladder. Bouncy ball. Bouncy ball. You know what I'm saying? That perfect ideal setup, y'all. Literally. I mean, you could see it without even doing any markups. The more you do it, of course, the better you get at it. This one's pretty consistent too. Pretty consistent. You just look at the pattern of the market. All right, at this point, we come halfway down, not touching the bottom. Halfway down, not touching the bottom. This could potentially take off if it follows the pattern. You know what I'm saying? Could potentially take off. Stochastic on this was getting pretty low. It still may have a little more room to go all the way down, a little bit more, depending on if it wants to come down and touch, because last time it didn't touch all the way to the bottom down here. So it could be a potential buy coming for sure. Sticking to the pattern, right? Originally, it was coming down here. Look at this one. It used to come down here, and that was the pattern. That came down to the bottom and went up. Came down to the bottom, went up. Came down a little past the bottom, went up. Then it just stopped coming all the way to the bottom. So now the pattern is, okay, we're not coming all the way to the bottom. We go up before then. And that's kind of what we're looking at. You do that, y'all, I'm telling you, man, you're going to be golden in these markets all day long. You're going to be golden. Oh, beautiful. Look at this. Cash Chef. Beautiful setup. These are the ones you look for, y'all. When you see these, oh, man, you just smile. Say, oh, it's time to get this paper. Time to get this paper. Look at this. Empty. Oh, that's what we like to see. What that tell us? We're only going to drop just a little bit. We're going right back up. All right. Now, eventually, like I said, once the higher time frame hit where it need to hit, then eventually they'll start coming down here. But right now, look at it. Just went up again. Look at that. Just shot up. Another minute candle. Crazy. But yeah, this is ideal. If you want to get in early, of course, you can look at zones or stochastics. You get that bounce off a zone, catch it, wait till it rise above here, catch it 1 minute. Once it pull back, you wait. It closed right back above the middle of this Keltner channel. You hop back in. Okay, you hop right back in. Ride it up, retest, go back up. Retest, go back up. As long as you're using 4-inch rule and stuff like that, oh man, you golden. Look how far we shot out. Ooh wee. About 1 2-minute trade right there. Beautiful setups, y'all, and I mean it all day long. All right. So I don't want y'all to miss out on this, man. Just pay attention to what I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all, it will help you out. Let's go to GBP AUD. Choppy. What do I need for this? Zones, y'all. Zone. When it's choppy like that, man, we gotta come on up in here. That's why I usually mark up everything so I can kind of just see. Some stuff I don't even gotta mark up, but I mark it up anyway. But this H1 look a little sloppy, so just bear with your boy as I mark this up. So I'm on the H1. I find points here, of course. 1 point. All right, so if we got a point here, that means it rejected somewhere here. You see the wicks here. I might need to zoom in so y'all can see that a little better. All right, then I click on this. I duplicate. Boom. Then I'm going to put something right here. Why am I putting it right here? Because we got rejection. Where's the rejection? Right here. 1, 2, another 3 rejection. So since we got rejection there, game time. All right. And this is on the H1, so it's covering a whole lot that you can't see right now. I do another one. And now I need to get smaller zones, even ones in here. All right. We got rejection here and here and here. And then I could do one more at the top. This is how you do a choppy market, y'all. This is how you do a choppy market. All right. Then I'm going to go to M15. Boom. All right. M15, not really seeing too many zones. So now I can go to that M1. And now, lo and behold, y'all, we got a little more structure. All right. So I know my major zones is down here. Right. At this point, now if I want to, I come to this M1 and I can mark up M1 zones. Straight over here. We stopped and went up right here. Look, stopped, went straight up. That's a zone. I mark that white. I duplicate another one, and I just mark as many small zones as I can. You know what I'm saying? If I want to do it like that. Okay. Now, what I use is the middle of this Keltner channel for guidance. Right? We start closing above here, then I might be looking to take the trade here. We start closing below here, the middle of this Keltner, and I might be looking to take the trade back down here. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you will get faked out. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the choppy market. So again, like I said, you could choose to trade the choppy market, or you could choose to just stay away from those and look for the ones with the dopest patterns ever. Some people like choppy markets. You know what I'm saying? They give them an adrenaline rush. They be in and out, in and out. They like that kind of stuff. I don't like that kind of stuff, but I'll trade every now and then. I try to stay away from them though sometimes because it irk your nerves. But yeah, this giving you consistent patterns, man, and this is what it's all about, y'all. So my main thing with teaching y'all this is that y'all can go and be a blessing to your family, man. Ain't nothing like being able to make your own money on your own time. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got to worry about nobody. Even if you got a job, it's even better because now your job pay the bills, and then this funds your lifestyle right here. You know what I'm saying? So, man, like if you understand what you got in your hand right now, you'll praise God for it. I'm telling you, because ain't nothing like this, y'all. I'm telling you, can't grow no money this fast nowhere else. Can't do it. So it's a beautiful thing, man. And I just want y'all to continue to grow in these markets, continue to use this skill set to be a blessing to other people. You know, that's what God wants for us all, man, to just be a blessing to other people with what we got. He said he gives seed to the sower and bread to the eater, right? Seed to the sower is the money for you to have to give to other people and be a blessing, right? Bread to the eater is for you to have whatever he gave for you for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, when you get money, yeah, you got enough for you, but when you get over what you wanted, right? Because I wanted $100,000 a year when I originally started, right? He gave me way more than that, and I knew that was the bread. I mean, that was the seed to the sower. That was for me to sow into other people, sow into other ventures, businesses, ministries, or whatever. The bread to the eater was for me to enjoy, you know, my lifestyle, little stuff that I wanted to do. And you got to understand that, y'all. So I love y'all, man. I'm always trying to put y'all on game, and I will holler at y'all in another video. Let's go.